I want to know, what sport do you like to practice? Let me know. I'm more into dancing, and I'm just back from a salsa festival, actually. What about you guys? What sport do you like to practice? Yeah, and let me know in the audience afterwards. Yeah, tell me.
Hiking and biking.
Biking and hiking, yeah?
And tennis.
Tennis?
I'm more into running, fitness, skiing, snowboarding.
Yeah. Wonderful. You?
Yeah, of course. I mean, definitely winter sports, protect our winters. And then, yeah, I'm a big fan of surfing as well.
Surfing, wonderful. And in the audience, I'd like to know? Climbing, okay. Over there? Triathlon, wonderful. And over there? Running? Wonderful, okay. So we do like sport over here, wonderful. So I guess we're ready to welcome the last 4 pitchers. The next one is StadiumGO. So we should welcome Romain Lauvergnat. Welcome, Romain. Enjoy your pitch.
Hi, everyone. StadiumGO is a carpooling solution which lets fans share their passion when they are going to the stadium. Our mission is to reduce gas fan emission, which represent about 70% of a sport events today. To go through this mission, we identified 3 main points. The first one is to reduce the number of cars and the associated carbon footprint. The number 2 is to improve the accessibility to the stadium, like, facilitate parking, reduce time you take it to the traffic, etc. And the last is to enhance fan experience by connecting people who share same passion and interest. We have a unique offer which let every sport organizer create their own carpooling platform and propose it to the fans. And as an organizer, you can graphically personalize your platform, include it into your ecosystem, website, mobile app, etc. Create your own rewarding program to encourage your fan be more sustainable with you. And finally, collect the data from where they come from, the average distance they do, etc. You can maybe ask yourself how we know if what we are doing makes sense. I have the answer because we measure the impact of what we are building in StadiumGO. Every year, each client and partner have a specific individual evaluation of the carbon footprint on the source scope due to our partner Sami, another French company we work on it with. As you can see on the picture, we work with more than 50 partners like brands, sport organizer, and something else. For example, French Football Federation, Volkswagen, 24 Heures du Mans, and some of the most top leagues in France and clubs. Today we have StadiumGO. We are growing fast and want to go ahead with the big news. Tomorrow we will have a second brand, which name is Secret for now, to work with all kinds of event organizers, like festivals, concerts, and professional congresses, like here, for example. And I know if you're here, is that you're convinced with a lot of work we can change the world a little. So to finish, I just want to ask you to join me on the ride of the change, and thanks for your attention.
Thank you so much for your pitch. And the next one is Jim Pasquet for the project Le Pavé. I want to know more, so let's welcome Jim Le Pavé. It's time for you to pitch. Are you ready? Give him the mic. Le Pavé!
How do you change?
Yes, you got it.
Okay. Hello everyone, so I'm Jim Pasquet and I'm here to tell you the story of Le Pavé. So the story of Le Pavé began 5 years ago in architecture school next from here in Versailles. And when we have this question, how to build a school in the middle of desert. So what we do, we take plastic waste from the recycle bin, we shred it in a home shredder, we cook it in a coke mill in 2 hours, and the plastic waste goes to these beautiful panels. We have this power to transform plastic waste into beautiful panels. So then we begin to have a dream, trying to connect the plastic waste issue. There is 7 billion tons of plastic waste in our world, which bring us environmental, healthy, and economic crises. And we wanted to connect to the building sectors. We building actually each month the equivalent of New York City in our planet, and they need a lot of material that respect the Paris Agreement. So this is what we did for 5 years with what we are doing. We recycle more than 500 tons of plastic. We have 3 patented models to develop our technology. In the following years, we will recycle 1,400 tons into more than 1,000 projects. So what is our NOW? Our NOW is trying to develop new recycling ecosystem. So basically into 3 expertise: waste expertise, industrial expertise, and building expertise. So let's take an example that we developed with Decathlon and Adidas. We are trying to develop a recycling ecosystem around the shoes. So you take your shoes, you take the sole of the shoes, like this, you shred it, and if you press it, you have this material that is very flexible. And then we work with laboratory to make this material as a covering floor. So this is our NOW. And all of products respect the same credo, that it is healthy for users and the one that transform it. It is performance, that we want to add value on the plastic waste we work with. It is 100% recycled, 100% recyclable. We don't add any glue, we don't add any chemical additive, and it is high aesthetics. We have to tell the story about how the materials are made. To finish the speech, I'm very proud to introduce our partnership with the Olympic Games in Paris, where we are manufacturing right now 11,000 bleacher seats that saved 100 tons of plastic waste from the nature, and our project now is by 2014 recover 1 billion tons of plastic. Many thanks.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. And let's welcome the third speaker. The project is called EODev, and we are going to welcome Thibaut Tallieu. Thibaut, it's your time, and audience, it's your time to encourage Thibaut.
Hello, can you hear me well? Thank you very much for hosting us here today. I'm Thibaut Tallieu, I'm the marketing director of EODev. So, oh, that's the clicker, yeah. So, when you're a large sports event organizer, energy is mission critical. Whether you're on an off-grid site, or if your power requirement exceeds the local grid, or if you need backup power for the broadcast, for instance, you need power generators. So what we do today is that we burn diesel to produce electricity. So this is very carbon intensive. You produce CO2, NOx, fine particles, noise, and you have very low efficiency and longer and longer regulations to get these engines. What we propose at EODev is to shift from fossil-based solutions to low-carbon power solutions. The GH2 is our flagship product. It's a hydrogen fuel cell power generators, so it's going to produce electricity, water and heat from oxygen and hydrogen. And in the process, you emit no CO2, no NOx, no fine particles. The only byproducts will be water and heat. Our company was created 4 years ago. We are headquartered in Paris. We have about 80 employees in France on various locations, and raised about 50 million euros from different corporates. Our solutions are distributed worldwide with a major focus in North America, Europe, Middle East, and Australia, New Zealand. We are proud to design and manufacture our solution in France. We rely on a network of about 50 small and medium societies in the country, created over 200 jobs. So how it works. The hydrogen is stored externally as a gas into bundles, and then it is expensed, just like when you go diving. And then in the fuel cell, you have an electrochemical reaction between hydrogen and oxygen that creates electricity. This electricity is then converted and distributed to power various applications. As you know, hydrogen can be produced in different ways, from steam methane reforming, which is quite carbon intensive, to electrolysis, which is the cleanest way. And even if you use with the steam methane reforming, you can already save 25% of CO2 on the life cycle of the machine, and up to 87% if you use green hydrogen. We have references in the industry, in energy, construction sites, rental companies, very large companies around the world. But I will quickly focus before the end on the events, because sports event is what we are talking about today. These pictures speaks more than any speech, because the generator is actually running, and you can see the people laughing, sleeping, and having their lunch by the generator on the side. That was at the last Formula 1 Grand Prix in Melbourne. Thank you.
Thank you. You can put it here. Thank you so much. And the next one is TWYD. Let's welcome Anaïs Toulou for her presentation. Anaïs, your time to shine.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Anaïs, in charge of marketing at TWYD. 10 billion. This is the number of plastic water bottles consumed per year in France. Imagine 14 Stade de France filled not with people, but with plastic. Pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, waste of resources. We must react. Getting rid of single-use plastic is more than necessary, especially in the world of sports, where pollution and hydration go hand in hand. Sportsmen, staff, spectators, everyone is concerned. So how can we drink more responsibly without it becoming burdensome? Well, good news, reusable containers such as water bottles and cups are now part of our daily life. But it is often difficult to refill them, right? Have you ever tried to refill your water bottle on toilets of public places? Not really the best. So if we want to create a massive change in behaviors and encourage as many people as possible to adopt reusable items, we must offer solutions that are up to it. It means incentive, attractive, easy to use, hygienic. That's why TWYD invented its water refill station. Smart, design, doable. The look is eye-catching and makes you want to use them. Put it down, drink. TWYD refill stations are super easy to operate thanks to the motion sensor, perfectly suited for filling water bottles. When hung on a wall, they do not encroach the floor and they cannot be knocked over. Finally, the stainless steel construction ensures the robustness and durability. For an event, TWYD refill stations can be installed on a stand. They become completely autonomous and can be moved very easily. The base of TWYD refill station can be made of stainless steel, of course, but also of recycled plastic. And at TWYD, we love the partnership with the French startup Pavé that you have just seen. Also, the TWYD refill stations meet the requirement of the AJAC law. Establishments open to the public must be equipped of at least one refill station. Water refill stations are the perfect step towards a more virtuous sport, and Roland Garros can attest to this. With its 14 TWYD refill stations, the tennis tournament has won over its spectators. TWYD refill stations are also present at le Tennis Club de Paris, les Salles Urbaines Soccer, le Parc des Princes, and in many other structures. So, if, like us, you want to dive in a more sustainable world, if you consider that small steps can make a real difference, if you want to make disposable the exception and reusable the norm, join us. Let's change together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a good energy. And last but not least, the last initiative is Flycup. And we're going to welcome Olivier Rousseau. Olivier, enjoy your show.
You don't hear me?
Now we do.
It works, right? Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Olivier Rousseau. I'm the CEO of Flycup. And with Flycup, we bring a new way of consuming in stadiums and sport events, meaning more convenience and more sustainable. Maybe you already went to a stadium, assist an event or football game, and you probably as well live this experience, bad consumption experience, meaning no hands-free, no suitable support, and as well a risk of staining. What we created with Flycup is a totally new type of packaging. You can now put your entire menu is only one solution, only one solution, meaning only one waste. And with innovative product, we bring a new food and beverage experience. You can now eat and drink on an easy way to better enjoy the moment because you are a fan and you want to better enjoy the moment when you are in a stadium. And for the catering companies, for the stadiums, for the organizers, we offer 3 important things. First, as you can see in the middle of the screen, we increase menu sales by 18%. Thus, we reduce as well the carbon footprint by 28% of the packaging industry, I mean the packaging on the packaging level for the catering companies during an event. And as you can see, we replace the different classic traditional packaging that they use normally. Why? Because we are made in France, because we are 100% recyclable, we don't use any plastic film, etc., etc. And thirdly, because we are more than a packaging. For brands, for clubs, for organizers, they use our packaging as a communication tool, as an activation tool, and as you can see, they engage more the clubs, they engage more the fan, and this is very interesting for them at this part of marketing things. And here we are today. We are very proud to work with famous brands, famous clubs such as Paris Saint-Germain, Stade de France, Sodexo Live, and Heineken, for instance. But we want to go a little bit more deeper, more further, one step further. And the next step, we are now developing a totally new solution which will be zero waste, meaning 100% reusable in bioplastic and for an infinite consumption. And we are developing that solution currently for the Olympic Games. As you can see, we are building this in collaboration with catering companies and stadiums because our main objective, our final goal, is, of course, to decarbonate the catering industry. So I'm really proud to announce 2 things as well to finish. A new partnership that we are building today for the following years in 5 main European clubs. And the last one, the fundraising that we are doing today for the Paris 2024, and of course the extension that we are doing today. So many thanks, and if you got questions,
Yes.
please.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We do have questions. It's time for the Q&A session, so please, all the last pictures, come here, get your question from the members of the jury. We have 8 minutes together. Please make sure that each picture gets a question. And whenever you're ready, we're ready for you.
Okay, then I'm happy to start. Again, congratulations, super inspiring, very, very interesting, all of it. My first question goes to Jim from Le Pavé. You mentioned that you turn, for example, the soles of the shoes into the plastic you use. So could you tell a bit more about what kind of plastic you use in general, and how you source it, where you source it?
Okay, so we work with all kind of plastics that we can recycle, we can heat it and compress. So then you have the HDPE, which is plastic we use in cosmetic. We have, example, another material with fridge doors that you use in the fridge. And this plastic is like EVA, is like a synthetic plastic, like caoutchouc, I don't know, rubber synthetic. And this is, so we have a lot of opportunities as still as we can collect the plastic.
Okay, very good. And maybe another question regarding, so you showed 2 different type of plastic panels. Are these currently the 2, like I say, most used plastic panels you work with? Or do you have other ones? And also maybe tell a bit more about the properties of these panels.
Yeah, so we are using mainly 2 materials. The one with HDPE and the one with the fridge door, the PS, is using to be worktop, furniture, covering wall, and we have like more than 10 materials that are developing with a lot of different things, but this kind of material also. So there's a huge. We have like a library of material.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have a question for Romain, for the company that is not to be named yet. First of all, thank you for your pitch, but you stole our question because I think we all wanted to know what was beyond sporting events. For that next step, my question would be, what do you need to go beyond sporting events, and what are you currently looking for in terms of support, funding, etc.? And then, as we're all wearing headphones, I think we're in a safe space, so maybe you can give us the name anyway.
Yeah, with pleasure. The name will be EveryGo, and if you ask yourself why, it's because we have StadiumGO for sport and EveryGo for everything else. So that's the name of the brand, and what we're actually looking for to go to international in sport and other cultural events is, of course, fundraising. We are raising $500,000 actually, and want to chat with every kind of person who want to join us in this adventure.
Thank you.
One additional question, Romain. Do you also make revenue from the reduction of carbon emission? As you help the clubs, the properties to reduce their emissions, do you also get a cut or a revenue as part of that? In addition to the traditional.
Not actually. I didn't talk a lot about our business model. We have like a SaaS, so every organizer pay an annual license. And in this license is include the specific carbon footprint evaluation, but actually there is no cut, no fee additional, but maybe it's an idea for the future.
Okay.
Thank you.
Probably you said it, but I have a question on power generators. How long do they run? Because they're different sizes, I guess, and what's the maximum capacity of one unit that can supply what to make it very, like, imaginable, picturable? Like a rock festival with 10,000 people, or is it you need 10 of them to provide power?
So the one we have at the moment is 110 kVA. So to picture you, it's about like powering 30 houses. On large events, so we did Formula 1 and we did 24 hours of Le Mans. You have about between 50 and 100 generators this side, all over the site, because it's pretty big. And we are working on larger power units for the future.
And I have a question for you. First of all, good decision to take on FC Bayern München. So that's probably the best thing happening to them this year. And hopefully they win something with your Flycups. So this is basically something for stadiums, and I've been to stadiums many times. It was a nightmare. Exactly what you said. Happens all the time. Any ideas about bringing that to other events, like, for example, dinner events, or like informal dinner events, or private households, because they can use it as well for picnic and so on? Is that part of the strategy, yes or no? And if not, why not?
Yeah, it is. It is actually. We are focusing step by step on what we do. Firstly, meaning sport events. We are as well. We have another market. This is food to go market. I mean, with food truck, restaurants, and with the new solution that we are building today, the reusable solution, we are focusing on the fast food industry. Because fast food industry is a billion of waste and billions of consumption every day. We currently have discussions with some big ones in this industry, and they are interested in the new one solution, which is the solution reusable. So step by step, and I have so many requests of my friends to get this packaging in parties and barbecues parties. So we are focusing firstly on other markets, but yes.
Thank you. Question for Anaïs. I think actually there's one of your devices here. Am I correct?
There are three actually.
There are three. I used it this morning, and I saw on it a list of the minerals and everything that you're basically refilling on. So tell us a little bit more about the machine itself. Is it just using the intake water? Is it also actually treating the water?
Okay, so actually the three refill stations that are here in ChangeNOW are in partnership with Innovaya, another company that is in charge of treating the water. So that's why there is a kind of a list of the minerals that they treat. But the TWYD wafer stations itself, the machine, can have a filter to improve the quality of the water, and it delivers the water with a motion sensor. And as you can see, as you saw in the slide, it can be hung wall mounted, but also on a stand. It depends on the technical constraints.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You'll have more time to discuss in the networking area over there. Thank you so much for your question, Jerry. And thank you so much for your pitches. It was so interesting to discover your project. Thank you. Good luck for the rest of the project, and I wish you all the best.